Hi there guys, welcome back to day 8 of the month of Retrobrown. Today we are doing a Johto Solo Run with Furret, the second stage evolution to the Centric line, normal type Pokemon. You know what, you guys are going to be really surprised with how this video goes, because I was so surprised with how fun this was. So let's talk about Furret. It's got 4 to 15 base stat total, spread mostly across its HP and its speed. It's got decent attack and a very wide move pool. I was very surprised of how wide its move pool was and the choices of moves that we actually get. It's going to be a great run. So let's get started with the first rival fight against the Chikorita. So it starts off with Scratch, Defense Curl and Quick Attack, and just as quick as that we have beaten the rival. We've got decent attack, so we actually do get through quite quickly. I messed up on the rival's name and he is now called and that is our rival's name for this run. When it comes to Falconer, Defense Curl, Quick Attack, you've got a very easy fight on your hands. It's a very good starting moveset in my opinion. You've got priority moves, you've got defense boosting move, and he's a physical attacker, so we get through at level 10 really quickly as well. Very, very quick so far. We can also learn Mud Slap, which will help us in the Azalea fight, as you're seeing here. We do get put to sleep straight away, but that's not the worst thing in the world. 2 Mud Slaps is all we need. Zubat, of course, we can pick up Swift in the tunnel before Azalea. And the Bayleaf is not really that much of a problem. A few Swifts takes it down because we get the same type attack bonus. That leaves us on to Bugsy. Bugsy isn't going to be too much of a problem. Even though we haven't got anything that's super effective, we can set up our defense curls so that Fury Cutter doesn't do that much. And then just at our own leisure, take our time beating his Pokemon. Swift is a great move to have at this point in the game as well, because it hits regardless of any accuracy drops, which there are quite a lot of Pokemon that do this, especially in the early game. And it's 60 base power move as well, so that means it's actually very, very good. We don't want to learn Fury Swipes. I hate those multi-turn moves because they're always really weak. The next good move we're actually going to get is going to be Slam at level 28, but even with that, there's an even better move we get in Ilex Forest with Headbutt. Weirdly enough, this is going to be one of our major moves for the next part of the run, really. But with Goldenrod coming up next, we actually come to the real reason why Furret is such a good Pokemon. We can learn all 3 of the elemental punches. And what's even better, we can go back to Goldenrod at any time and buy them again so we can pick them up at any point we want. Exactly, that a Pokemon that can learn all 3 elemental punches in Gen 2 is an absolute asset. We do lose against Whitney here because we just can't tank the rollout. We do need to set those defense curls up so we can actually tank some hits. But it's not too bad of a slog, it was just a bit of bad luck on that previous attempt. Headbutt is a fantastic move to be using. We will get return at some point, but those elemental punches are going to be so key to this run. Even though special attack is our weakest stat, it genuinely is our weakest stat, but even with that, it's not going to be a problem whatsoever. We take down the Miltank with Quick Attack, and we move on to Morty once Whitney has had a cry. Attract as well is going to be a good move to keep. And we also pick up Dig in the National Park, which is going to be very key for Morty here. Because we're more of a physical attacker, that 80 base power ground type move Dig is going to be very useful here. With our speed, we can pretty much outspeed everything. We're level 26 here. And that's all we really need to do for Morty. We just need to dig our way through. Each Pokemon is going to go down to 1 dig. And it becomes such an easy fight. Now that I'm finding Pokemon that can learn Dig are coming up on the wheel quite a bit often at the moment. Annoyingly, we lose there to Dream Eater, but it's still very possible at this level. Now more Pokemon are coming up on the wheel that can learn Dig. Morty's not becoming my biggest threat on these challenges. Still Jasmine is a big threat, still Chuck is a big threat. It will be for this run as well because we are a normal type Pokemon, he's a fighting type trainer. And yeah, this was just an enjoyable run, I've got to be completely honest with you guys. What becomes even better later on, if you can look at the last move that we learn on our moveset, we actually learn Amnesia as a move. Yeah. Furret learns Amnesia, which increases special defense in this generation. And that's going to be so key when it comes to the likes of red and blue. Because what we can also do is do the Curse and Amnesia strategies. Get your attack and defense as high as you can. Get rid of your speed, but get your special defense as high as you can. Nothing will be able to touch you. That's what we want for this run. When we finally beat Chuck, we can give the medicine to Amphi. And I'm going to show you why we can actually do Jasmine at this point as well. We're level 33. We're going to dig out of here to save ourselves a little bit of time. And let's go see how we do against Jasmine. Like I said, in Goldenrod we can pick up all 4 of the elemental punches. Especially Fire Punch, which is super effective against Steel-type Pokemon. So we're going to get rid of Defense Curl, and we're going to go in with Fire Punch. And it'll just show you here how easy Furret makes this run. Dig is super effective against Magnemite as well, so we will use that. But when it comes to the Steelix, we want to be using Fire Punch. We can get the burn that reduces down his attack. I'm going to go for Dig here. And yeah, now we started using Iron Tail. Ooh, we do take the loss. But this is not impossible. We can do this at this level. So, Dig is the best thing for the Magnemites. And both go down to a single dig. Brings out the Steelix, and we're just going to go straight for the Fire Punches. We can get that burn, that would be perfect. She misses the Iron Tail twice, 3 times hits, and then she uses Hype Push, and that's not good. Come on. There we go. That's Furret beating Steelix. And we also pick up Iron Tail, which is another powerful move that we can use. We then go over to Lake of Rage and take out this Gyarados. We've now taught all the elemental punches, really. Well, we've taken Fire Punch off for Ice Punch, and we've got Thunder Punch as well. Gives us very good type diversity. And we can then watch this Dragonite Hyper Beam a random guy. And take on the Rockets. So, once our rival has had a little paddy here, we can go and beat up some Electrodes. And once we've beaten these Electrodes up, Dig self-destruct strats have made their way into Gen 2. We can go against Price. So, Thunder Punch is definitely the best move to be using here. It takes out the Seal and the Dugong without much problem whatsoever. We're level 38 here. We haven't even reached level 40 when we've nearly beat all 7 gyms. Pile of Swine is going to be weak to quite a lot of our moves, but we're going to go for Headbutt. It's a 2-turn win. That brings us on to the Rocket side quest, and of course the Rival in the Underground. The Rival in the Underground, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. What I actually did have a problem with was this Rocket Executive with the 6 coffins. So we do have Dig, which is a super effective move against him. We've got Headbutt, which does big damage. But for some reason, I just started missing. I got poisoned. And the match went south from here. I was hoping that the Weezing was going to use self-destruct, but it didn't, and then it hits us. When there's 2 Pokemon left, we've got 34 HP, and we need to take things out in one, but we can't. I was in such disbelief that we lost that fight, because that is one of the easier fights in the entire game. And we've been winning such hard fights first time a lot of the time. That brings us on to the Rival in the Underground, though. Most of his Pokemon are not going to be a problem for us with the moveset we have. It's an incredible moveset. We definitely needed this run after the Marrow run, because it was so enjoyable, and I've genuinely never thought Furret would be this good. Level 43 beating that Rival, and we can move on to the Executives in the tower. So these are going to be a little bit of a problem. I mean, Headbutt is a good move to use against him. We've got Dig for the Coffin. And the Houndoom as well, we can use Headbutt or Dig. We're going to go for Dig though, because it's super effective. And we take an easy win. That brings us on to Clair. Now Clair is not going to be a problem because we have Ice Punch. Yes, our special attacks are weakest stat. I mean, we're going to go around the Icy Path first before we do anything else. And yeah, Clair is not really going to be a problem whatsoever. If we can one-shot her Dragonairs, which we can't unfortunately. Okay, so I've got Return. I might teach Return at this point as well. This is usually the point in the game where I do teach Return. Ice Punch is still doing pretty good damage. It took it to the 3rd Dragonair before we actually get paralysed. Kingdra is up next, and we're going to use Headbutt, hope for those flinches. We tank a second to Surf, and we beat Clair level 49. Not many of the runs have managed to beat Clair under level 50, so that's pretty good. We find the Dragon Fang and she has a little paddy again before giving us the badge, and that moves us on to the Elite Four. But before we have to do that, we need to go and see Professor Elm get the Master Ball, heal up, and then move on to get past every single one of these trainers and fight the rival. I'm trying to do this as minimum battles, really. Level 51 going into this fight, and Golbat is going to be weak to Ice Punch. If we got the freeze there, it would have worked perfectly, but we get confused instead. Magneton's going to go down to Dig, and we are not confused anymore. Perfect scenario. Haunt is next. Dig is going to be super effective. And that brings us to Kadabra. So Headbutt, again, I'm still using Headbutt even in this late game. And we're just tearing through the teams. Level 52, and we've beaten the last rival fight. And that brings us on to the Elite Four. Will is up first with his Psychic types, and we don't have a hard counter to any Psychic type moves. So we're going to use Ice Punch and Thunder Punch to get through most of the Pokemon. Dig for the Jinx. Psychic does a lot of damage. This is not looking pretty good right now. We've got 3 Pokemon left. If we can get a freeze, that would be perfect, but we don't. Okay, so we do lose against Will. Not the worst start, really. We have... yeah, Headbutt is doing a lot more than the punches. Maybe I should really teach Return now because it's a more powerful move. I mean, it's taken out the Jinx in one for a starter. Executor, we're going to have to go for Ice Punch. Okay, do we get the freeze? We don't, and he goes for Reflect. That's not good. But Slowbro's up next. Thunder Punch will work best here. And he goes for Amnesia. Okay, so we're really not... Slowbro's using the Amnesia curse strats that I was talking about earlier. But he takes too long setting up, and we're on to the final Xatu. We paralyze it, which is perfect, and then take the win at level 53. This is really good. Not many Pokemon have managed to do these first fights at such a low level. Next up is Koga, and of course Headbutt is a powerful move. I really need to teach it Return at this point, and maybe we'll be getting one-shots. Venomoth is not a flying type Pokemon, so Dig is super effective. Well, not super effective, but it does big damage. Fortress, we're going to go for Ice Punch. If we can get the freeze, that's perfect. And he goes for Explosion. Oh, we're on 1 HP. I don't think we can do this now. Okay, Headbutt. We get the flinch. Okay. Can we do this? Come on. Can we... Nah. Quick Attack. Of course we don't do it. Oh, that would have been really cool if we'd managed to beat him with 1 HP. Okay, so we know Headbutt is probably one of our best moves to be using here. We get the flinches with it, which is perfect. Fortress is next. And we get Spikes. That's not a problem because we're not switching out. We're going to use Dig here because he's going to go for his Protect. We don't get the freeze still. I'm trying to conserve PP on that Ice Punch. And then he goes for Explosion. Yay! That works for us. Oh, wow. This worked really into our favour here. Ice Punch does... freezes the... What is our luck on this run? What is our luck? This is amazing. Next up is Bruno. We're weak to fighting type Pokemon. This might be a hard battle. So he's going to go for Dig. And then he protects himself, so we cancel out that Dig. He's going to do the same thing again, and he's going to do the exact same to cancel out our Dig. So we can take down the Hitmontop without much of a problem. It just took too many turns to do it. I'm going to go for the Hitmonlee. It's crashed from its high jump kick. And then, yeah, it gets a big hit on us. Hitmonchan's going to go for Mach Punch, which does an amazing amount of damage. Can we get the flinches here? No. We'll have to try that again. We're in level 54 doing this though, so it's not the worst thing. I misclicked there and I should have went for Dig. But we're onto the Hitmonlee. Can we get the flinches? No, because Headbutt is a one-hit KO. Okay, this is what I should have been doing the first time round. Okay. He missed Cross Chop. Perfect. And last is up with Onyx. This turned out to be quite an easy win after all. Okay. Let's go on Karen. Let's see how we do against her. So first off, she's going to start off with a Umbreon. Let's go for Headbutt. Let's see if we can get the flinches. We don't, and we've been Sand Attacked twice. That's not great. Foul Plume is next, and Ice Punch does big damage. but 2 Ice Punches take it out. Gengar is next, and we're going to have to go for Dig. And of course, we get cursed because we miss. Okay, we're against the clock now. 2 Pokemon left. Decent amount of HP left, but we just need to hit our moves. And we're not in a good position now. No, Murkrow of all Pokemon takes us down. Let's try this again. Let's hope we don't get Sand Attack too much, but we get 2 flinches in a row to take down the Umbreon. That is the perfect position to be in. Ice Punch freezes the final plane. What is our luck? What is our luck? Oh my word. Flipping heck. We are doing so well against Karen right now. Murkrow is next. We're going to go for the Ice Punch. It doesn't one-hit it. That's annoying. And that leaves us with the Houndoom, where we're going to go for Headbutt. It hits a Flamethrower and we get burnt, but it's still not enough to take us down. And that's Karen beat. We are doing so well. We haven't even need to use any rare candies yet. We haven't need to go back and level up. We've got very good moveset for Lance as well. It started Downpour, so 2 Thunder Punches takes out that Gyarados. Dragonite is 4 times weak to Ice Punch, and how many freezes? How many freezes are we getting with this Furret? Oh my word. This is absolutely insane. This run is absolutely insane. Oh my word. Are we doing this first time? 3 HP. We're not doing it first time, but my word, how many freezes have we had on this run? Okay, so we've gone up to level 58. We have used a few rare candies here now. And this should give us enough firepower to be able to take through most of his Pokemon. We missed the Thunder Wave there. So we're 2 Pokemon deep and we haven't taken any damage. I'm going to Headbutt and get the flinch. Get in. 3 Pokemon, we haven't taken a bit of damage. Next up, the Aerodactyl. It uses Hyper Beam. Not the worst thing in the world. Okay, Charizard. Thunder Punch is the best play here. Flamethrower does big damage. And it's just the final Dragonite. Can we get the Ice Punch off? We do. An Outreach. We hang on with 4 HP at level 59. Oh my word. Did we just beat Typhlosion's level? Did we just beat We did as well? Typhlosion beat the game level 61. We've just finished this at level 59. No way. And under 5 hours as well. Flipping heck. Who would have thought that Furret would be such a good Pokemon? It shouldn't be that good. Flipping heck. I am so impressed with this Furret run. Okay, let's see how we do in Kanto. So, we're going against Blue here at level 66. We've still got the exact same moveset. We've got Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Dig, and Headbutt. We take down the Pidgeot without much problems. Alakazam is next, and Headbutt, if we can outspeed, will be perfect. We do outspeed. And it's a one-shot. Perfect. Okay, we're looking alright. Next up is Ice Punch. And yeah, I kind of expected that. We weren't going to one-shot it. But he's set up a Sandstorm, so we're now kind of against the clock. Thunder Punch is going to be the best move for Gyarados here. And Sandstorm does kind of big damage. It's quite annoying, Sandstorm. And he cancels it out by using Rain Dance. Okay, thank you, Gyarados. That works for us. He keeps using his full restores, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get Thunder Punch in the next turn and take him out. We're looking very good. This is the first attempt here. Okay, so Executor's next. Going to go for Ice Punch. We get seeded. That's not great. And we don't take him out in 2 hits. He goes for Solar Beam, but it takes 2 turns to attack, which is why I don't like using it. And that just leaves us with the Arcanine. Can we get a flinch? We don't get a flinch, and Flamethrower takes us out. Okay. We can still do this. We were very close there. Let's get an Ice Punch in first. Wing Attack does alright damage. It's 2 hits to take down the Pidgeot. Next up, of course, is going to be the Alakazam. Headbutt took it out in 1 last time. And it's the same scenario this time. Okay, we're doing alright. Rhydon's next. We didn't take it out in 1 last time. And that's when he set up Sandstorm and started taking us down. This time he goes for Fury Attack. That's ideal. That's very ideal. Gyarados is next. He's probably going to go for a Rain Dance. He does. And then he's probably going to go for 2 full restores here. If we get a critical hit, we can get past him within 1 more turn. But he's used his full restores up now, so that means we'll take him out in this next Thunder Punch. Next up, of course, is going to be the Executor. This took 3 Ice Punches last time to take him down. Can we get a critical hit? We freeze him. Another freeze, guys. Are we in double digits for freezes on this attempt? This is insane. Okay, Headbutt. Let's get the flinch. We get the flinch and we take down the Arcanine. Oh, no, we don't. But we get another flinch. What is this Furret's look? This is incredible. Okay, that brings us on to the very last fight, of course, which is Red. So we have changed up our moves a bit here. I am going with the Amnesia, Curse, Rest and Return strats here. We've got better attack than we do special attack. And as long as we can set up and make sure we don't get charmed too much, we'll be able to sweep incredibly easily. We'll have Rest for if we take too much damage, and of course we get paralyzed, so we can use Rest at this point. What we're hoping for is that they don't crit us, because crits ignore any stat changes. And that's what we don't want to happen. But we need to get our curses up, we need to get Amnesias up. Because Amnesia means that the special attacks aren't going to do anywhere near as much. With getting curse up with our attack and defense, it means that physical and special moves are now going to do barely anything to us. We're not even level 70 here. Even Typhlosion had to be over level 70. So, once we finally set up our last curse, we can rest back up. And we can start sweeping. Quick attack is not the worst thing in the world. Return then takes out the Pikachu in 1. We probably could have done that without setting up at all, but the next Pokemon coming up are the reason why we needed to set up. Psychic does barely any damage now. Level 68, sorry, not 69. And Snorlax is out next. This is the one I was most worried about because it's so defensively bulky. But with all of that set up, we take it down in 1 return. Next up is Venusaur, and it's probably going to go for Sunny Day. It does, and Return takes it out. Which isn't good because that means Charizard is going to be up next. If he uses a Flamethrower, that's going to do big damage. Even with all of our setup though, it doesn't do enough to give us a problem. And one last return here gives us the win. Incredible finish at level 69. I think hands down this Furret run is my favourite Gen 2 run so far. Hands down my favourite run that I've done. I never thought Furret was this good of a Pokemon. Never thought it was. That brings us on to the final time though. So, our final moveset, Return, Curse, Rest and Amnesia. Fantastic moveset. Absolutely incredible moveset. And we finished the game at 6 hours 20, so we did lose quite a lot of time with trying to level up and such, so I'm not too surprised at that time. But my god, this was such a fun run. Such a fun run. Let's move on to see what we're going to be playing as in 2 days' time. First up on the wheel, Pichu. Am I feeling masochistic? I don't know. Pichu is awful. Next up is Smoochum. You know, I really want to do a Smoochum run, but I think we need more of a challenge after that Furret run. Blossom's last. No, you know what? We're going to go with Pichu. Let's get out of the way. A Pichu only run in Gold and Silver. I think this is going to hurt, guys. This is definitely going to hurt. If you've got to this point, please like, subscribe, share, all that YouTube stuff, you legends. And we'll see you in a few days for the Pichu only run. Take care.